South Africa needs an independent unit to fight corruption. That's what Casac's Executive Secretary Lawson Naidoo has told the State Capture Inquiry. He says parliamentarians need to play their role by making morally correct decisions. Michael Apple joins us now live for more on this story. So Casac has an interesting proposal about MPs serving terms instead of at the behest of the party. Tell us about that, Mike.
So, Shahan, everybody will know that we have a proportional representation system in this country where we don't vote for particular individuals. We vote for political parties. You put your X next to the logo. That party, the responsibility is on them to then draw up lists for National Assembly, National Council of Provinces, provincial legislatures, etc. So it's not a constituency-based program. So what Casac is saying is if you have this list system where those who get elevated to become members of parliament based on a list system, they are there and they serve at the behest of the party and at the party's pleasure. So what happens when you disagree with the party or you go against the party line? So here's Lawson Naidoo with an interesting proposal. Listen in.
In the current context, a member of parliament who goes against the party leadership will find that to be a very career-limiting move and will soon find themselves removed. So, I think come back to the proposal that we reconsider sections 47(3)(c, that, within a new electoral system, one consideration could be that once a member is elected to a legislature, the seat belongs to that member until the next election rather than to the party. That would give that member the freedom to do what they believe is right without the threat of expulsion and losing their livelihoods.
So in light of a partially or non-functioning oversight role played by Parliament, Casac says you need a truly independent anti-corruption agency. But don't we have that right now with the Investigative Directorate?
The short answer is no. I read something by Accountability Now, and they are arguing this is when the notion of the independent, the Investigative Directorate, the ID, was first mooted back in 2019. And the issue here is that with the swish of a pen, the ID was born. It was the swish of the president's pen. So logically then, if he magically brings them into being, it's one swish of the pen that can remove them. So what he says South Africa desperately needs is a Chapter 9 institution anti-corruption agency. So not something that is accountable to an executive, but something that, like other Chapter 9 institutions, is accountable to Parliament and to parliamentary committees. So you have no room whatsoever for any outside interference. Here is Lawson Naidoo.
What South Africa needs is a truly independent anti-corruption agency that is insulated from undue political influence, that is insulated from executive influence, doesn't report directly to the executive, and whose members have security of tenure, who have adequate resources to execute their mandate and report to Parliament. Now, these proposals have, I'm very pleased to say, finally received some consideration by government, as it is in the process of developing its national anti-corruption strategy. And as the President mentioned in his State of the Nation address last week, a National Anti-Corruption Advisory Council is soon to be established.